Hello and welcome to a demonstration of my super duper fabulous deluxe oversized deep fryer that I'm offering for sale because my partner and I have decided that doing fried foods is just too much hassle and too much mess. We're going to go back to what we do best, and that is drink vending. That's what we started off 6 years ago. This past summer, we got it in our heads. Okay, I got it in my head that I wanted to do deep fried foods, specifically because as I'm talking here, I'm going to walk around and let you get a good look at this sucker. Uh, the One of the biggest, the original, the first wing cook-off ever, and one of the biggest wing cook-offs in the country happens here in Reno, Nevada, which is where I am today. By the way, is Friday, October 18th, and anyway, the wing cook-off was a fabulous opportunity where people were making boatloads of money, and I was selling drinks, and I thought, man, if I know how to cook wings, why don't we get a deep fryer and let's enter the wing cook-off. So we did that, and it went very successfully. And we will continue to do the wing cook-off in future years. But we don't need to own, at the wing cook-off, they provide fryers for all the cookers. So we don't need to own our own deep fryer if we're only going to do that one event with fried foods every year. So anyway, that's more explanation than you probably cared to know. This thing's only been used twice. Once for that for the wing cook-off, and then once for Hot August Nights, where we tried offering, and that's what really did it for us, was at Hot August Nights. The fried chicken wings sold, but just not enough to just justify all the trouble. So for this demonstration, I filled it up with water. Kind of silly to fill it up with oil if I'm just going to do a demo. You can see it's pretty clean. Anybody who knows anything about fryers knows that once you've used it once, it looks like it's been used for 10 years. It's just impossible to get these things completely clean. But anyway, it's only been used twice for two events, the Wing Cook-Off and Hot August Nights. This is a super capacity fryer. It holds 10 gallons of oil. Most of these, the fryers of this type, only hold 7 or 7.5 gallons. Anybody who's familiar with deep fryers, you can see this is a huge basket. You can do 10 pounds of wings in each basket. So you could do 10 pounds of wings at once. 20 pounds of wings at once with this fryer. As you can see, also, another advantage is it comes with an extremely long hose. That's a 25-foot hose for connecting to propane. So if you're in one of those situations where the fire marshal requires that your propane tanks be a long distance away from your cooking area, which is often the case, you have plenty of hose. You don't need to get an extension or anything like that. 25 feet of hose to hook up to the gas. Let's see, what else can I tell you about this? It's, there's, a deep fryer is a deep fryer. Basically, the size and the number of burners is what determines their value. This is a 10-gallon. It has 4 burners instead of the typical 3 that the smaller fryers have. You can see them lined up there. 1, 2, 3, 4 burners. Let's give you a look inside the guts of this thing. Includes, there's your pipe. Right down there. Pipe for draining. You just screw that on there and drain the oil. Goes up to 400 degrees. What else can I tell you? It's like I say, a deep fryer is a deep fryer. That's pretty much it. This thing, I got it from a guy who's in the business of, it was the organizer of the wing cook-off. And he keeps a warehouse of these things. So I bought it from him, new, unused, and he gave me a deal. These things usually, I think this thing sells for like $1,800. He sold it to me for $1,400. So, if I can get at least half that, I'd be happy. But and I want to demonstrate the thing now, and it just occurred to me I'm going to need 2 hands to start that thing up, because just like almost any gas appliance, over here's the pilot, and you have to set it to pilot, press this button down, and hold it down long enough for the sensor up here to be aware that so that the pilot doesn't just go with no flame, and you just end up running gas into the atmosphere. Uh, if you're familiar with how gas appliances work, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to stop the recording for a moment so I can get in there with two hands and light this thing up. Go ahead and get the pilot going and get the flame going. Let's check the time. What time is it? Okay, it is 3:20, almost exactly. So 3:20. The reason I'm doing that is so that you can see what time it is when the water is boiling. I'll start recording again, and then we'll check the time again. 3:20, and the second hand is almost at the top, so it's almost exactly 3:20. So when we resume recording, the water will be boiling, and you can see how quickly this thing is able to heat itself up. Okay, so we will resume here in a few minutes after I light it up. Okay, let's check the time. It is, getting the sun so you can see the darn thing, 3:40 exactly. The deep fryer has been running for 20 minutes. Actually, about 16 minutes because it took me 4 minutes to get the darn thing lit. Here, I'll stop talking so you can hear the rush. Yeah, cooking with gas. Anyway, it took me 4 minutes to get the darn thing lit because, silly me, I had not turned on the gas. So this has been running for really about 16 minutes, but even we'll go ahead and say the whole 20 minutes, because in 20 minutes, I don't know if you can see it in the video, steam coming off the surface of the water. Look down in there and you can see the bubbles boiling up. It's not quite to a full boil yet, but in 20 minutes, this contraption brought 10 gallons of water just to the start of a boil, and good plenty of steam coming off the top. About 25 to 30 minutes if you have oil in there to get it up to full deep fry cooking. And then I swear we ran this thing constantly during the wing cook-off, and it never it kept the oil at cooking temperature the whole time, and we were dropping 10 and 20 pounds of frozen chicken wings in there, every 12 minutes or 15 minutes, and it never lagged. So that's what 4 good-sized burners will do for you. And again, this is, if you're looking at a regular fryer, and maybe it's hard to tell in the video, but a regular fryer would only come to about here. It's like 2/3 the size of this. This is much wider, and the baskets are each of those baskets holds as much as 2 standard fryer baskets. It's a good-sized deep fryer. So that's, I don't know what else can I tell you about this thing. It's getting hotter and hotter as we talk. More steam coming off the top here, more bubbles coming up. We'll give you one more quick walk around so you can get a look at the whole deal here. Yes, and it is on casters. That's a $100 upgrade for most deep fryers. Those are good, sturdy, extremely heavy-duty casters. If you buy a deep fryer new, they usually don't come with casters. If you want casters on them, they charge you another $100 to put those really super sturdy casters on them. So yes, you can roll it onto and off of your utility trailer or however you do it. We have a big truck that we haul all our stuff around in. And that's the demo. So I hope you I've probably spent a whole lot more time on this than you would care to. But I figure, if you're looking at this online, you want to have as much demonstration as you can before you drive all the way over here to pick the darn thing up or look at it in person. So that's the demo. Hope you enjoyed it. It is the deep fryer for sale from Tropic.